Yo, what's up, Kwanza Global family?
Hey.
Back again with episode 25.
I don't know how you keep track of it. Sometimes, I know the number, but then when I get here, I'm just like, whoops, what was the number again? It's like, I forgot. But yeah, episode 25.
I gotta keep track.
No, we do. I'm really excited about this topic, especially because I feel like, first of all, this topic is called What's Reality? And I honestly feel like this has to be addressed no matter how uncomfortable that is, because I'm sure there's certain things in life that we don't like. People, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes people don't like addressing certain things because of how it comes out, you know?
Yeah.
Or somebody may be going through it, but they don't know that's what it actually is. And that's what this podcast is made for, because we tell it how it is. I wish this was called The Real, but it's kind of like The Real, but that's Kwanza Global. We're not The Real, but we can be The Real. We can be real. So that's on that period. So yeah, sorry. Anyways, today's episode, What's Reality? And honestly, this topic is really interesting because we pretty much going to be talking about how, in our daily life, in the daily life, so there's things going on, right? So you may have your little surrounding or your big surrounding, doesn't matter how big your surroundings are, but we feel like there are certain things that people may not really see it as the way you may see it, right? So let's say you're doing well and things are going well for you, and sometimes when you kind of want to talk about with somebody and express how excited it is and how happy you are and how well things are pretty much going for you, there's people who may who may take the news as offensive, or may think you are literally becoming a competition to them. It doesn't matter whether things are going well for you and how you just want to share it. People just see it as offensive. Basically people don't like seeing other people doing well, especially if we're both the same age, or or how our upbringing, where we kind of feel why is this happening for the for that person? People may feel this is you're just trying to show off, when you really are just doing you and just being your most authentic self. So then again, I feel like that's the kind of people that we want to stay away from. That's why you gotta know how you want to move with people, and it's okay to even break the bond. It doesn't matter. Sometimes we're so attached to the idea that our history make our relationships, and it's really not true. You may know somebody from years and years and years ago, and you may meet somebody from 2 days ago, and that friendship, that bondship, or that relationship could be the realest you've ever had and you probably need in your life than the toxic one that you've had years ago. And that toxic one may be the thing that's holding you back.
Word.
That's holding you back. I'm telling you, because people people just too attached with time.
Yeah.
What is time? We make the time. You are alive. You are making your time right now. Yeah. It is all about right now, what you're leaving in, what you're doing, and how you're moving. So you don't want to get attached to that idea of time, and that can hold you back. And that could literally ruin your life and all the plans that you may have. Because I'm telling you, even a bad friend, right? Even a bad person in your life could literally ruin your entire future. I'm telling you. Because you may be excited and telling that person everything, right? That person can literally turn you off in 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. Or even their energy. They you tell somebody, oh, I'm there's something big coming up, and they're really, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to go there? Oh, I heard things about this and that. And this literally turns you off, and it could ruin a big time deal for you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you've got to know, you've got to be aware. especially nowadays in our generation, when people literally are so jealous.
Yeah.
We live in a time where it's so hard to even to I don't know, like to just be yourself, just thrive without having people around you looking at you like, who does she think she is? I mean, she is, or who does he think he is? Like, why is he doing this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just being you. People just see you as like a big time competition.
Yeah, it's like you're under like a microscope.
Right. Like, what is this?
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense, you know? Like, how about you just work? How about you just work? How about you just do you? Yeah. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do you? We live in a time where nobody wants to see another person doing good or doing well or just thrive.
That's crazy. Why
is it so hard? Why so much hate?
It could all be so simple.
You know, and I also feel like people, like, that's another thing too in that topic that I find so interesting, because people would literally not support another person just knowing how well they're doing.
Or just because they know them.
Yeah, because they know them.
Not because like those are poor, like you know that thing where like they have that joke where they say like, oh, your friend will like comment, or not even your friend, like yeah, I think that's what it was. It was like your friend will comment under like Little Dirk post, like a rapper post,
like a celebrity post, and they wouldn't even take a time to even comment on your business stuff, or to even promote. Trust me, I know.
Like they'll literally say happy birthday to someone who won't even see their comment. That's what it was. Like they'll say happy birthday to a celebrity who's not even looking at the
don't even know about their existence. Like who's this?
Who's obviously not gonna reply, and you know. And someone who you've known, you don't even say a word to. So it's like, it's like we're in that point in our life. Yeah, where like that's how people are kind of moving.
I'm telling you,
it's really bad.
It's really bad. I honestly am praying, like seriously, I'm really praying for this generation, because we are not only ruining for ourselves, but I hope that we're not ruining for our kids. Yeah. Because there's not even real friendship anymore to even say, oh, my kids are going to be friends with these person. Mm-hmm. Because I don't even see us even having long-term friendship or long-term, anything. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the way it doesn't, there's no foundation at all.
There's no foundation.
Everybody's like stuck on their phones. Nobody's trying to go outside. Nobody's trying to actually,
make real bonding.
Yeah, real connections. And talk to
Everything
each other.
is all about quotes.
Like everybody wants to also be
their own God.
Their own God, and wants to be like this woke culture where like you can't even be transparent or open to be able, because to have relationships you have to be open with one another, which is what we talked about in the last episode, where you got to be transparent. You can't have relationships where you can't talk to each other about what you're going through. If in this supposed woke culture where if you say anything that that's on your mind that someone doesn't agree with, well then you're canceled. And it's like, who are you to cancel somebody else? Like, who are you? Like, you're not like which goes back to what you just said. Like, people think they're their own God, where they can just cancel people or judge people in just like that, just because they don't like what they said, they don't agree with what they said, as if you've done everything or said everything right your whole life and you're perfect. And we all know that's like, no one's perfect on this earth, except for Jesus who walked this earth. Right. You're not perfect. So to go around claiming you're woke or thinking you're holier than something, like, so it's like, that's how this generation is moving, which is like why it's moving in the wrong direction. We can't even establish relationships on the right foot, you know what I mean? People are trying to be something they're not, and do just be, and there's no way to establish relationships like that when you're trying to you're over here jealous because someone's going through and you're not, you know what I mean? Because you're trying to live a life that that's not you, so you're jealous because somebody else, because of what somebody else is doing. Someone that you either don't know or someone that you know, and you're just jealous of because you for some reason you can't even talk to them on, like, as a friend. Like, you're just over there looking at them you know, with bad intentions. Like, for what,
Yeah.
bro? Like, what's your problem? Like, just put
Exactly.
down the phone and talk to them, or, you know what I mean? Stop
Pretty
being,
much.
you know, stop just watching all the, like, what do you, like, why are you mad? You know what I mean? It gets to
Mm-hmm.
that question, like, that we've heard so many, like, why are you mad, actually?
Just
It's like,
use
why do
it
you
as
feel some type of way?
right, as an inspiration, honestly. Just
Yeah,
use it as an
you know?
inspiration. And I don't know, like, that's the thing, like, who are we really referring to when we talk about this topic? It's really about what's real, like what's reality in this
Yeah,
life.
for real.
Like, we are pretty much, we just need to start embracing ourselves.
Yeah,
We need to
yeah.
start embracing ourselves, because by embracing yourself, you are able to really look at the world a different way, and you are really doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you're not envying.
You're not envying other people. You're not being jealous of other people.
Yeah.
You're
for
pretty
what?
much working on yourself.
Exactly.
And it's okay to not even like, even if I'm not saying to, like some people honestly don't even care whether you are supporting them or not. But it's just like not. It's just like being like not really being real about it.
Yeah.
It's like, don't be calling yourself a friend or somebody significant in somebody's life if you're just trying to bring negativities and just being that hating. How you just look at it and just push it, keep it moving.
Yeah.
Nobody's forcing you to do anything,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna take what you know isn't real.
Yeah.
You can't play, like, you're not even playing the person, you're playing yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're forcing something instead of just being real about it. And honestly, when you look at it, it really looks ugly on you. Because, like, listen, what if that same person you're just hating on ends up being big?
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Being, you know, being put in, like, they're put in a position to help you.
I'm telling you,
Which is literally like the story of Joseph and his brothers. They did him dirty, and then, but fortunately for him, because he had, you know, because you know, he was a man of God, and he had, you know, of course he had love in his heart. He forgave them, but they were in a position where they needed help, and then they saw their brother, and it was like, dang, yo, like, they were in a position. He was in a position to help them, and if he didn't have that love in his heart, you know, it would have went crazy. But in real life, it doesn't always work like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in this case, they were fortunate that Joseph, you know, went through what he went through, and he grew up, you know, to be a man of God, and so he wasn't holding on to that bitterness, and he wasn't like, nah, I remember what y'all did. Y'all can go home. Tell y'all you could leave, because I remember y'all sold me and everything. But in reality, in real life, you know, not everyone's like that. Not everyone's gone through that change, that journey. So, you know, you could be biting the hand that could help you later on, and you don't want to do that, you know, just because you're over here envying someone, just because, you know, you're not working on yourself. You're trying to be in competition with someone else. You know what I mean? So it's like really important to, you know, figure out what's real. Like, you know, that you're looking at things, you know, in from a broken window, like, that's, you know, kind of with a, you know, a false, you know, false idea, false perception, and you're looking at things the wrong way. It's like, nah, that's not real life. Like, what you're thinking in your head is not, you know, real right now. Like, you need to, you know, pull things back and go back to focusing on yourself, because you don't know that person you're jealous of or thinking about, and, you know, be, you know, kind of, you know, things, you don't know anything about them, and you're you know, feeling some type of way, and, you know, you have this bitterness coming, and, you know, it's real, and this is real life stuff, and you're looking at them because they're being successful. And, you know, we see it all the time, you know, with you know, people, you know, going back to their community and their hood, you know, after they left, and coming back to try to, you know, do better. And then people with that type of, you know, mentality, that type of hate in their heart, you know, harm them. You know what I mean? We've seen it all on social media before, on all these stories. So it's not, we're not talking about something that is not important, or something that's really doesn't happen often, or something that's really you know, minuscule. Like, it's actually a big problem. You know, people who are just like, who are not, you know, who don't see, you know, themselves going any farther than where they at, and they don't want to see anyone else, you know, kind of
better.
doing better, because they're like, how are you doing better but I'm not? And it's,
Yeah.
they don't look, and because they're not embracing themselves, like Grace said, and they're not focusing on themselves. They don't understand that they could do it too, but they're not, because they're looking at their friend who elevated, and they're looking at them as competition when they should be their own competition and elevate themselves, and they wouldn't have any reason to even be paying attention to him in a hateful type of way. But unfortunately, people are not looking at themselves, which is a topic we talked about before in an early episode, where it's like, yo, you have to, that episode we really just talked about just one-on-one, like focus on yourself. We were really just drilling that topic in, like, yo, just focus on yourself. That's the main thing. You're your own competition. And in this episode, we're really just saying, like, there's people out there literally who are just, that are jealous, they're envious and all this stuff, and it's real. And for those people and for yourself, you have to understand that it's a real thing, and you have to be aware of that it's something that happens, and it's you have to understand where it comes from, and why it comes about, and that it's a serious thing. You gotta be able to embrace yourself, so you also don't become something like where you're looking at someone and trying to figure out just having that hate just because you're not focusing on yourself. It's not right. You know what I mean? That's not your reality, which is why we called it this, what's reality? Because it's like, you have to ask yourself that question, what's real? Like, I'm looking at that's not your life. So that's not your reality. You know what I mean? That's not your life you're living. You have your own journey. So you trying to live your life or investigate and look at someone's life through your life makes no sense. You have to look through your life by living it. So you can't live someone else's life or try to figure it out, or you know what I mean? Like, that's where it comes from. You can't be thinking like that, moving like that. So it's really important to ask yourself that, like, what's reality? Am I really in living, like, am I grounded right now? Am I humbling myself? Am I really in reality right now? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, don't feel entitled or feel like somebody owes you anything or you deserve something. Like, you're like, get up and do what you got to do, and really, focus in on what's real. Like, social media ain't real. All that stuff ain't real. Like, go outside, you know what I mean? Yeah. Talk to people for real.
Yeah.
Do something productive.
Yeah, for
with
real.
Your life,
I feel like, I think it's that one you just said especially is so real. Like, we're so stuck up on social media that I feel like we're like stuck. Babe, those movies that we be watching when people end up being stuck on like somewhere, and then there's like bad people trying to chase them and try to kill them. They're like on the island. I feel like this social media world, right? I feel like we're just stuck, like, in this little world where we're all trying to escape, and then we can't escape.
Yeah.
It's like it's killing us inside,
it's like
privately and silently. You know what I mean?
It's like a cycle, just.
And I feel right, and I feel like and I feel that's what's happening. When you're stuck in this world, right? You don't like the person that's chasing you and killing you. Really, it's you being constantly on social media, right? Yeah. And looking at other people and being completely mad and obsessed about what they're doing right. And how well they're doing, and how you're not doing it well. But when really you're the only person that can save you if you only decide to just say, let me just put this phone away and not looking at what the other person is doing, but worry about myself, and let me go out there and look for what I actually am interested in. Yeah. You would find, trust me, you would thrive. Yeah. Because I feel like going out there and looking into the real world would help you realize there's so much more things to be grateful for, to be exploring, to be doing than just being on social media and just looking at other people's
that you don't
know their success and everything. Trust me, social media and here that's the other thing too that I wanted to point out, because I feel like people expect. Let's say like I'm posting something on social media, I am having fun and everything. I'm not gonna post something I don't wanna post. I'm not gonna post me looking bad at home, eating my chips and being comfortable, or just looking trash, or just being sad or whatever. Yeah. I'm only gonna post on social media what I wanna post. Like if I'm looking good, if I'm having fun, if I'm happy, if I'm doing good. Like who wants to post their sad side or
Exactly.
their bad part.
Yeah.
Again, social media, it's a platform.
Yeah.
We post things we want to post to
Yeah.
enjoy.
Exactly.
People look at it as literally as a competition.
Which is ridiculous because
Like,
exactly
why?
that's like I feel
don't
like
get that part.
that's like the most like
The most
like
sad
it's
thing.
so simple to
It's so sad.
what she said was so simple, but it's like such a fact because it's like you're gonna post like I mean for real like who's nobody goes on a social media to just to be listening to like real like dark stuff like for the majority of people you go on there just to see something funny
Right.
watch stuff that entertains you. That's the point. It's like just like if you're watching a movie like anything with just stuff to entertain us, stuff that we like, different stuff like that. So you're going over there envying someone like as
Being
as if
jealous.
you're expecting them to you know what I
Just
mean
look
like
miserable.
yeah. So I don't even know where that even comes from. It's like yeah, they're gonna put on their like everyone's gonna put on as much as they can their best light on social media. I mean come
Exactly.
on, you're gonna post those best moments because you want to share that. So what I mean, and nobody's gonna just post the most personal, So like she said, it's really like an inner problem if you're looking at someone and feeling some type of way or judging them or trying to create a story in your head like oh she must have it all, he must have it all together
Yeah.
off social media. Like what story could you bring from a post? Like what could you some people post even once a year. What can you get from a one story, one thing? You don't know them period.
Yeah.
So move on.
Even if you know them.
And even if you know them,
there's,
it's like
there's nothing wrong. I just
yeah, man.
looking at it and just say,
Yeah.
okay, like
that's
I'm
it.
happy they're doing
Yeah,
well.
and that's it.
Even if you're not happy, keep it pushing.
Like move on.
Listen,
bro.
again, nobody
It's not that.
needs no one's permission
Yeah.
to do things on social media. So whatever the person is doing that's
Absolutely.
offending you, that's hurting you too much, how about you just remove them
Yeah.
for your own peace of mind?
That's
But again, that's not how you want to deal your life.
That's not how you wanna live
want
facts.
to live for the rest of your life.
Exactly. That's an inner thing.
You
have
kind of
to-
look at
you gotta deal
things
with that for real.
as not being a competition or not being too offensive, or
Exactly.
and you gotta stop being jealous.
Yeah. You gotta
And
get out of that.
because no one really wants to, no one has time, right, to just post their most darkest
Yeah, like
side for you to be happy or to try. Like no one has time to try to fit into your insecurity.
Yeah. make you
Everyone,
comfortable.
right, make you comfortable.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their own life to live, and that's what we're doing. We're all living our lives.
Yeah.
We're all trying to make it.
Exactly.
Even if we did make, trust me, we're always trying to.
Yeah.
And it does not make any sense for somebody to feel insecure about what
Yeah.
other people are doing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You gotta bring up yourself and live your own life too.
While you're scrolling through, social media, throwing through social media timeline, your actual time is passing you by,
Exactly.
and you're not doing anything, and you're focusing on the wrong timeline. You're not focusing on your own. You're focused on everyone else's that are shown in bits and pieces in pictures that it's really not important in the grand scheme of things. And people get so overwhelmed and so in depth and so concerned about it, and gotta change that. You gotta really zoom out, put like we said earlier, dude, to put the phone down and get right for real. And there's just so much what's it called? Isn't it, remember when we went to, you literally just came from Texas, what was uncle was saying like, it's too much information.
Too much information.
It's like it can't be good. Like it can't be healthy. Like, and that's a fact. Like there's like so much information, like where it's like we're drowned in it on social media in the sense that like too much like info is being shared that's really not necessary. Like we're talking about like all these gossip pages, all these like where it's like, all right, what I mean? There's some, like, I remember there's some posts, like, there would be comments where it's like, all right, did we really need to know this? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of those, that news, like, where we share everything and anything, and it gets to a point, like, it's annoying, like, dog, like, how many times you're gonna hear that Nick Cannon had another kid? All right, all right, it's fine. No, like, no, for real, like, but it's like, all right, he wants to do it, but like, why does this have to be new?
Exactly.
Like, you see, like literally, if he decides to have 30 kids, is this gonna pop up on the timeline?
Because nowadays everything is news, babe. Everything is news. And everything has to be known through social media first.
And what's crazy?
To be like anything, to be like what's it called? To be what's the word? To be official.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you. Everybody.
It's like if I get engaged, social media doesn't have to know until I'm getting married. Yeah, no, you're gonna see my ring change to the other side. Maybe you would see it, you would hear me saying it, but I'm probably gonna have my engagement party, and then you're gonna know through it.
The real, I know exactly. the real gonna know exactly.
Gonna know.
That's how
the rest, I don't care.
That's how it's gotta be. Like, come on, like this is like, hey, come on, like I feel like people, and it's I mean, it's unfortunate because it's like. People don't really, I mean, you just got to mature with it, but there's a time where there was not social media and people were living and functioning and doing things. So it's like, come on. It's like all this information is not necessary for us to, do what we do. It's not necessary. And it's like, yeah, I mean, this is a great topic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like, can we also talk about how, how people love to, pick and choose. It's like you know what I mean, like in terms of making things official, it's like picking and choosing what is supposed to make platform, what is supposed to be important.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
that's true.
That's like another thing I don't need in my life. It's like,
yo, that's crazy because it's true. Like we'll be on social media and we'll hear one thing. And then it's I remember it was like, I don't know how it went, but Denzel had said something along these lines where it's like, you'll get news nowadays, but it's kind of like misinformed. So it's like, you can't not read it because then you're uninformed, right? You can't not read the news at all because then you don't know about anything going on. But if you read it, you're misinformed because it's not accurate.
The news is not social media.
Exactly.
If social media doesn't... If what's it called, Shades Room doesn't confirm it for some reason, nobody believes it. We'll even watch TV now.
I'm telling you, that's how it's moving, and it's like you got to be so aware, you got to be sensitive about all these things going around. Really have discernment, have wisdom, and applied knowledge that you have, appropriately and all that stuff. Because it's like, what's real? You have to find out what's actually real. You gotta separate the truth from the fiction because there's only one truth. There's never two truths, three. Like, no, it's either the truth or it's not the truth. It's either the truth or it's a lie. You know what I mean? It's like either fact or fiction, and it's like, so you gotta figure out, it's like, what's reality here? What's real? And you gotta that's the type of thing you gotta figure out. You can't just go through life kind of just accepting everything. And what is definitely a topic that's like, you know what I mean? You have to really be aware of things, as they come to you. You can't just take everything. It's like, all right, this is definitely, this is definitely how it is. You got to really think for yourself on things like that.
I don't know how years from now things are gonna move, honestly, in terms of social. I mean, I feel like social media is always going to be there. That's one thing that's never going to change. It's always going to be there. I feel like it's us people. It's us. How we gonna live from now on?
Thanks.
We just gotta know how to navigate the real world and the fake world. That's all it is. We just gotta know the difference.
Yeah, man. Especially with all this digital stuff, man. People are like trying to live their life, in their virtual reality, like not come outside.
I feel like partially, I feel like even if Mark Zuckerberg or whatever his last name is, the creator of Facebook, buy Instagram or whatever, do we even care? Nobody cares. The fact that you're using it, it's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know who's the owner of Instagram. We don't know who's the owner of Snapchat. Or who, if you know, great for you. But for me, it's not information that's going to give me anything. So I don't care. I don't know, right? Am I not still using? I'm still using it. So it's just how we do things,
Yeah,
how we do. Because even if the guy was racist, how do we know? Well, at the end of the day, we're still making him money. By using it, by posting, we are making them lots of money.
Yeah, for real.
So it's really about how we just
how do you use the what we're given? It's not
exactly.
about, you know what I mean? It's not about
they're just chilling. We're the one killing ourselves over it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
they're sitting at home. They made those apps and they're chilling. They're making billions of money. They're taking their families to vacation, and after vacation, they have billions of dollars chilling. We are the ones killing ourselves over it.
What?
We are the one judging people for wearing this and that or how they're raising their kids just because of the one video. Yo, I remember this actress. It was on Shades Room. They reposted one of her video. I forgot her name, but she's such a sweet actress. She's so dope. I think I forgot her name. Maybe I'll try to look at her. I'll try to send her video again. She was cooking chicken, and she was saying that she was trying to use her family recipe, her mother's recipe, and she shared it. And they just took a simple video, nice, calm, nice, chilled video. People were wilding. That tiny little part she showed to the world means that she never watches her chicken. Right? I was like, are you kidding me? That actress never got into anything social media. She probably never is in any of those drama.
And now look.
Because of that little 5-second video. No. We live in a very pretty scary world. It's ridiculous and it's sad and it's ew, it's nasty.
I'm telling you.
It's sad.
I'm telling you.
It's sad. Like that, and she has to make a video again saying what?
Like,
she said, now she has to explain and apologize. She's like, and she's so lovely. Even like she took the higher road.
For real.
Other people would have been like going in and cursing them. She was like, you know what? I'm so sorry if I hurt you guys. I was just having fun. It was that's my family recipe. And trust me, I did watch my chicken. Yeah, I just didn't have time to show it. But trust me, God bless. I'm fine. Like she answered with so much class and peace.
It's so ridiculous.
And it's so
like that. Like you had to make a whole video.
She has to make a video to explain herself. Since that's how people want to judge her, she has to make a whole video to explain herself.
It's crazy
because they think she has their time.
It's like people over there. It's like people talking, and it's like, dang, bro. It's like some of the people in the college probably don't even cook, and it's like, bro, if you cook in there,
they don't even have a kitchen,
right?
Okay?
Like, so it's like you're saying it as if like if you put it in that same position, like you would be like people, like you'd probably give people food poisoning yourself. So it's like people would like love to be in the comments, bro, just because nobody can identify.
It's just sick and sad because they think people got time to show every single thing. It's like just because I'm showing you this part, don't expect me to show you my whole life. And also, when you're having fun, you're posting, people think, oh, she's just the life of a party here and there. But why would I have to post you my whole life?
Yeah.
To show you my whole life.
I'm telling you, it's a disconnect, bro. And it's because especially because she's a celebrity, and it's a disconnect. And it's another thing, like in reality, like people like they look at celebrities as if they're not like everybody else, and it's like that's not real, bro.
Look
like,
at Will.
They're humans, like everybody else.
The whole world was on him.
I'm telling you, like.
I don't care. Will had every right to do what he did. He did it. He defended his wife, and I applaud him again and again. And I'm sure he would do it again if that man ever disrespected his wife again like the way he did.
He'd do it again
because
anyway,
listen, people act like
believe that,
people act like they don't know social media.
Yeah,
they act like they don't know the world we're living today.
Yeah,
that joke he made over on the black woman and her husband was there and she was there. It's not even saying like they were like at home watching. They were there, present. And out of all women in that place, why do you have to pick that black woman? Right?
Yeah.
Jada and Will never. They're the most respected couple in Hollywood, and we all know that, right?
Yeah.
Why would you want to joke like that on her? You don't even know what's going on in her house.
Yeah, that's.
Do you think she actually enjoyed being bold like that? We've all seen Jada with either short hair, Never
And not only
bold.
that, is you.
Come
And
on.
you know, woman, like just cause
Women don't
you do,
right.
you like I don't.
He's just
I don't
stupid.
care what you say, what she said about it
He
before.
deserved it.
It's like
He deserved it.
You don't be bro. You gotta You don't do that. That's
You don't go
you don't
and,
do that,
and talk about people's wives. You don't even know if that woman even likes looking like that. Do you think she likes that? Jada got so thin. You don't even know what's going on with her. In her red table talk, she's always talking about insecurities and stuff that people are going through. And for her to be looking like this, she raised questions. Oh, why? Not even to care. How we just leave that woman alone and use other people? And she was there. Her husband was there.
Yeah.
Do you really think they're gonna accept this kind of disrespect because you think you're a comedian?
Nah, for real.
No, he deserved it.
I know.
Will did such an amazing. I was so proud of him. I don't care. I was so proud of him.
And people don't. What's it called? Are very, very insensitive.
Exactly.
About stuff like that. Cause like
No.
I mean, if to think, you know what I mean, like that. Cause that's it. Like, by God's grace, she's still good. Like there's no like any
and I haven't
anything.
really heard anything from them
As
in a
far
while.
as
I hope they're good.
Yeah, as far as her, health,
Jada hasn't been
but I mean,
good lately.
we people clearly, haven't learned their lesson from what people, like. I want to know, those people who are making fun of Chadwick, bro.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Because there was, like, people want to forget that. Like, there was literally people, like, posting stuff, like, as if, you know what I mean? Like you don't, you know what I'm saying?
They would have
like,
probably used it as a joke.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Exactly.
what Tiny Paul he said. They would have used it as a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
And drag that poor woman for the rest of her life. And we all know that.
Exactly.
Even the slap. We all, I mean, some people were all like, what's it called? All woke and all so concerned.
Yeah.
But people still used it and made fun of him.
Exactly.
Didn't it not? Okay. So now when you think about it, you will know that people would also use that small tiny part and use it against Jada.
Yeah.
So again, he literally sets this warning and said, if you play around with my wife again and I'm there, that's what you're getting. Period. Because we all know, joke aside, this was not a joke. This was simply an attack.
Yeah.
This was an attack. Because and then again, what we talked about it yesterday, babe, and you said that if you don't always joke around them like that, and if you don't see them like that, you're not gonna use this kind of joke against that person. Because you gotta also know
who you're talking to.
Right.
Your audience, man.
You gotta know your targets.
Exactly.
You gotta know who are you talking to and how are you saying it.
Yeah.
Because Jada and Will, I've never seen, stuff with on them like that, or even Rock joking about Jada or Will like that. It's always been respect and that's it. And we keep him and we keep it going, right?
Yeah.
So for him to stand like that. Right in front of everybody, the whole world, and joke about like the same way you were trying to humiliate his wife.
Yeah.
Will didn't let it go. He just humiliated him the same way. Because I'm sure Jada would have taken that, go home and feeling so bad about herself. As if it's not enough already. That woman is going through a lot. Even if
look at things
listen, even if Jada is giving a hard time to Will, or even if it's Will is giving a hard time to Jada, we don't know. We're not with them. They're a couple, and at the end of the day, every couples go through something. We don't want to know whether Jada is right or whether Will is wrong, whether Will is whether Jada. We don't care, but we saw what happened, and that's how we speak on. That's the only thing that we should be speaking on, not their relationship.
Big facts. That's real though.
People just be doing too much. Those same men talking about where shouldn't have said that. If somebody talk about your mom or your woman like that, something bad about them, I'm telling you, as if it's not enough. They bash us black women all the time, saying, why are we not wearing our natural hair? Why are we not wearing our natural lashes? Why are we not wearing our natural nails and all them stuff? Now that she actually is going natural, you want to bash her about that? And she even said that's a medical condition. You want to bash her again on that? Come on. You've never seen that woman bold. If she goes bold, that should also raise questions. And at least have some pity. Look at that woman. She's so thin and tiny. Look at her. Nah, I don't care. I'm like, I don't care.
With like a lot of these situations, like, it's like all of these situations, like you don't what's it called? first off, you never know the whole story. You never know, like,
exactly. You never know the whole story,
and because you're not, for most things on social media, you're not there. So it's like nothing is black and white. Like, so you can't like this. I mean, this title is like perfect. Like, what's reality? Because it's like you don't know what's real. Like you try to piece things together based off things that you're not there for, and you're not in the situation. Like, just don't do it, because you just end up sounding and looking dumb. And you could have avoided sounding and looking dumb when you just kept your mouth shut on something that really was not, for you to speak on, when you don't know the whole truth about the matter. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's the thing with social media. Like, people like want to talk about and speak on every single thing, and it's like, man, like, in real life, you can't be moving like that. There's things like, if you don't know something, you don't know. You know what I mean? You don't talk about every single thing, because you'll look like a fool. So you got to be wise and stuff like that. So it's like really important. Like, in this situation we're talking here, people were, we're just ready to just make clickbait titles about the whole thing, and at the end of the day, you don't know. You're not seeing other people's the other perspective on things, and everybody's just quick to just say something. So it's really important, man, like, to really sit back and ask yourself, what's the reality here? Not everything is truth.
It's for you to run your mouth on
and to speak on or hating on and be jealous and all that. So I mean, this topic really just is important in general, especially for the generation we're living in now. It's like,
now, babe,
gotta be smart with stuff like this. Like,
exactly.
You gotta be on top of this stuff.
Now, babe, how do we say to the people that they're being hated on? How do you say keep thriving?
Keep thriving.
Period. Like,
just
if
keep going, just keep pushing.
Keep it more pushing. Like, again, there's always gonna be people talking about you, hating on you, now giving you the support, knowing you, or knowing your history, or knowing how well you're doing. It does not matter. Listen, again, after this quote again, sometimes those could be real too, though. It'd be like, the people who know you don't support you. It's okay, because strangers will support you.
Yeah.
So true. Again, and it's not only the people who know you can. I mean, it's not gonna be a lot of people who know you than people who don't know you. So again, think about it. The more strangers, the better. Then that's how your name becomes known, and that's how your brand, that's how whatever you're doing is being elevated.
Yeah.
So really, you gotta look at the other side of not taking it personal and not feeling some type of way because the people that you actually know that want them to support you don't. It's okay. Keep it moving, keep thriving, keep working, keep inspiring, however they may see you, keep doing you, and keep keep attracting those who are going to support you, those who want to see you thrive.
For real.
It's all about, again, it is all about staying yourself and keeping your strength to push you and to keep being yourself. I honestly don't think that nobody's not gonna hate you, or no one is not gonna envy you. Anyway. It's going to happen. It's life. People who are not there yet feels like as though because I'm not there, so why should be there? Why should it be there? Why should she be there? It's all about jealousy. It's all about them wanting to be like you, but they don't know how to. But instead of looking at you as an inspiration, they're gonna see it as a competition because they don't have that same strength because they think
that
because they don't have
that type of that mindset,
right. You cannot let that stop you because if you do, then you're also lost, then you would be lost. And I feel like another thing is like don't listen to that voice that's like telling you that if they don't support you then you're not gonna go anywhere, because that's not true. That's not true, because how did all these big celebrities became big? Because people they don't even know supported them till this day. There's millions of people who are gonna be so excited, who's going to be happy about knowing you and what you do. So you've gotta think about how many people are actually out there with waiting for you to start being successful? I mean, people, they're actually there literally waiting on you to show and want them to want you to show them who you are. So you gotta start putting the work now, so you can show them who you are. Because if you're not ready, and if you're letting other people determine what you're going to be as lost as them. So you really gotta think about what's real for you and not letting them get into your reality, if that makes sense. So pretty much we're here talking about what's reality, and first, what is your reality for the person that's hating?
Yeah.
And what is a reality means for the person that's doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's like different both side of realities for both version of the person that we're talking. So this topic is really dope.
Yeah, that's episode 2.5, yo. That's
dope.
You know, that's, yeah. I mean, we said a lot. You know, that's a wrap.
Show them who you are.
You know.
Go out to the world. It's waiting for you. Show them who you are.
Yeah, man. You know, let's do it. Show them the real you for real. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
We killed that.
Yes.
Gonna holler at y'all next week. You already know. Every Friday, new drops. Thank y'all for supporting us, and catch y'all again next week. Kwanza Global.
We out.
Peace.